Well, hello there, everyone. Akilah here. Super excited to be here with my girlfriend Akilah. Hey, Akilah, girl, what's going on?
Hey, Inga Faye, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I am wonderful. So I wanted to share you with my tribe today, so you could tell us about what you got going on. So go ahead and share with us what's going on.
Okay. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Akilah. Thank you so much for just tuning in here. I am here to just share with you that I am hosting a free 7-day event titled Faith and Fitness for Women. And it's about redefining health, redefining your health spiritually, relationally, financially, and physically. And your girl, Inga Faye, is one of our speakers. And so I'm just excited that she's part of this event. And the vision for the event really is to help people come to a place of their health God's way. Like, what does it really mean to be healthy God's way? And what does He say about you? How do you begin seeing yourself the way God sees you? And so I have invited over 15 speakers to come and share their expertise, their tools, their techniques, and tips with you to help you begin redefining your health. Or even if you're in a place where you are totally content with where you are, but maybe in one particular area you may need some refining in that area, there's definitely something for you. And so I'm just honored to be here to share that with you today.
Okay, so I probably didn't do this properly. I should have probably gotten you to tell us about yourself first, how you started. So I'm glad that you shared with us about the summit, but we're going to just kind of rewind. So go ahead and tell us about you. How did you get started in this venture? What motivated you to do that? Just,
Okay.
tell us about you.
Okay. All right. So a little bit about me. I had my own struggles with weight, and I share this story briefly that I will never forget this time I was at the doctor's office for my annual. And when I stood on the scale that particular day, it said 189. Well, in my mind, it said 200. Like, I rounded it up. And I was not happy with the results. It wasn't an issue with me until I saw it on the scale. And although I carried my weight in such a way that it didn't seem that I was overweight, but I really was. And fast forward, I would say for the past, oh my gosh, 10 years, or probably longer than that, actually, is when I really started getting serious about my health and my fitness and things like that. And so I really wanted to learn about my body, my own struggles, and what did I need to know in order to really pursue a life of health and fitness. I was an athlete in high school and in college, and so I was very active. But in my adult life, I just wasn't as active. And so, as I was going through the materials and learning, I was like, this is some really good stuff. I was like, I would love to be able to help other people on their journey. And so I started helping people on their journey. And this is a true story. When I started helping people on their journey, my weight was still up and down. And then I saw my clients making progress. And I was a bit jealous of them because I'm like, well, how are they making progress? And I'm the one coaching them, on their journey. Well, my clients were committed to the process. I was just committed to helping them. And so it wasn't really until I had to seriously figure out what was going on, because I was approaching my own journey from the outside. And so when I started approaching my journey from the inside out, and then beginning to incorporate God's word into my journey, that's when I started seeing the results that I wanted to see, because it really wasn't about the physical weight. It was the emotional weight that I began releasing. And I began releasing that weight when I spent about a year in counseling, as I had to unpack and go and really peel back a lot of the layers that was weighing me down. And so I truly believe that a healthy soul is a byproduct of losing weight, if that's where you are on your journey. And you get to define what health looks like for you, not what culture says. And so I am on a mission to help women really truly discover living a healthy life and leaving and living a legacy for their families and everyone that they're called to serve.
Yeah, it's amazing how we all have that pivot moment in our life. You saw it on the scale. I know one of my pivot moments was I got laid off. I had the opportunity to actually leave a job that I was not enjoying and to attempt to do something that I had never done before. And oftentimes people don't take that leap of faith for whatever reason. What made you decide to take that leap?
Well, I wanted something different for not only for myself but for my family, for my children, and I wanted to change my own family tree. And so I just decided that enough was enough. I got tired of saying and not doing. I got tired of losing in that area of my life. And so it really was stepping out on faith and really seeking God and say, Lord, okay, what do you have for me, and what do I need to do? Who do I need to become in order to live out what you've called me to do?
Right, right. So tell us, now we can switch back to the summit because I felt bad. I was like, I didn't even get her to
What?
introduce herself. What? Okay, but how many days is the summit and what is the cost?
So the cost is absolutely no charge. It's a 7-day summit. So we're kicking off May 16th. So Monday, it's coming up. Um, the only cost that you will need to invest is your time. Now, the other thing, if you do want to upgrade to receive the recordings and the audios and some other gifts inside of that, that's totally optional. But my heart is just to be able to bring something to your living room or your workplace, wherever you may be watching, to give you a different perspective. And my desire is to give you a godly perspective on what it means to really truly redefine health in every area of your life.
Awesome. Awesome. So tell us about some of the speakers that are going. I mean, of course, I'm going to be a speaker, but who else do you have in your lineup of speakers?
Oh my gosh. So I'm going to have to pull it up. um, so I have, wait, give me 1 second, Inca Faye. It's right here. I just sent out the schedule, the lineup yesterday. But so we have on Monday, we have Jaquela Lynn, and she's going to be talking about health and wellness and productivity for busy moms. So those, if you're a mom out there and you're like trying to balance everything, I know what that's like. I'm a mom as well, trying to balance everything. We have you, Inga Faye. She's going to be talking about sculpt your faith muscles, and we have Dr. Melody Stevens. She's going to be talking about just your identity in Christ. We have, oh my gosh, we have Charlie Jordan Brookins, and she's going to be talking about faith, food, and the fitness connection. We have Dr. Yolanda Jerry. She's going to be talking about just overcoming past trauma, trials, and tribulations. So we have a host of speakers to really talk about a lot of different areas in our lives. We also have Whitney Fallon. She's a sleep expert. So she's going to be talking about how to sleep well and live fully alive. And I'm also one of the speakers. I'm going to be talking about soul care. And we also have Dr. Raquel Tolson. She's going to be talking about money mindset. We also have some other coaches that are going to be coaches and speakers that will be talking about abundance mindset and relationship dynamics. So we have a host of different speakers that will be covering a variety of topics.
So does each day have a different theme or is it okay?
Yes. Would you like for me to share?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So May 16th, which is Monday, we're going to be talking about body image, health, and wellness. On Tuesday, we're going to be talking about significance and stewardship. On Wednesday, we're talking about living fearlessly and overcoming trauma, trials, and tribulations. And what's that? Thursday, we're going to be talking about relational health. And Friday, fully satisfied in Christ. And Saturday, we're talking about money and mindset. And on Sunday, we're talking about soul care.
Okay, cool. Cool, cool.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you were, if you had a, I guess a ball and you were working to get the type, what type of person would you visualize that you would want to share this information with? Who is your target market, or your ideal client that really you want to share this information with?
Yeah, I definitely want to I have a heart to serve and to help, but I also know that I I can't help everybody, right? And so my focus have been women. It's interesting because I've been kind of targeting women in their midlife years, but when I tell you I've been speaking to women in their 20s all the way up to their 70s, it just blows my mind. Women who are truly have that willingness to want something different for themselves, to become someone different. And so those who are motivated, who are ready for change, you know, ready to get to the bottom of learning how to cope with life in a different way other than turning to other things that may not be the best choices for us. So women who are seeking a intimate and closer relationship with God, and those who are also just wanting to be healthy, have energy, be able to be comfortable in their own skin. So those are the that would be my ideal client to work with.
Cool. Cool. And when people participate in the summit for this next week, what is your desired outcome for them?
So my desired outcome for each person that will participate in the summit would be really to begin implementing what they're learning, begin seeing their themselves the way God sees them, and to really take off or remove some of the old limiting beliefs, some of the maybe there might be some negative head talk. So really helping them to boost their self-esteem, that confidence that they can walk in, and really truly like you or really truly walk in their God-given authority. And so the outcome for them is to really, my goal is to see people winning in life. And I believe we're all winners, and we're all called to something greater and something higher. And so my outcome for each person is to really begin seeing themselves the way God sees them and walk in their God-given authority, and removing the things that's been holding them back so that they can really truly live out and walk out that victory that they have in God. So that's my desire.
Yeah, because those small wins are very powerful. It's amazing to me how just a little win will give you the fuel to do the next step. I think about when I was bodybuilding and I had this crazy diet and these crazy workouts that I was doing all the time. But when I went to work with my trainer, and we went and I had lost a pound, or I noticed I'd lost an inch in my waist or something like that. It was so powerful to me. It was like the fuel that I
Hmm.
made me feel like all of it was so worth it.
Yeah.
So those definitely is very important to really document those wins and track that progress, because if you don't track it, or you if you're not writing it down, you really lose sight of how far you've actually come.
That's so
When you
true.
go back and you look at it, it's just like, wow, I was here and now I'm here, and I just can't believe how far I've come. Who would have known that I would have come so far? It's
Yeah.
amazing to me that if we don't track that journey, we often forget how far
Hmm.
we've come,
Hmm.
because most of the time our focus is on where we're not at yet
Exactly.
instead of where we've come from. And that's the
Exactly.
goal, because in all, I mean, probably for the rest of our lives, we're always going to be striving to be better.
Hmm. Hmm.
And when we have that kind of focus, we lose sight of where the journey, or the progress that we've made over the time.
Yeah.
So it's very important to make sure that we're documenting those things for
Yeah.
sure.
It really is. And to just add to that, because opposition is going to come our way, right? Like
Mhm.
it's inevitable. Like it's going to it's going to come our way. And like you said, it's so easy to lose sight on, where we are, like, because we can get so focused on where we're not, that we
Right.
tend to forget, well, where was I and how far have I come? And so I totally agree, like, it's so important to keep track of, you know this is where I am today. And this is where, and then being able to go back and looking at, I love journaling. I love writing things down. I don't do it as consistently as I would love to. But there's so much I can go back. When I do go back and look through some of my journals, I'm like, wow, this is where I was. I've grown, right? And like you said, it just fuels us to just keep going. That's the motivation that we
Right.
need to keep going. So, and it creates that momentum too.
For sure. For sure. So I wanted to ask you, do you have any final thoughts that you wanted to share with us before we end our session together today?
Yeah, so so my final thoughts really is, I just want to serve you. I don't know where you are on your journey. I don't know how long you've been on your journey. And I know that I've spoken to a lot of women, and they've been dealing with stuff for decades. And so I don't know if that's you, but if God's been speaking to you, He's been wanting to show you something different. Then all I have as an ask for you is to sign up for the summit, be present, and really just take notes. Come present, come ready for something different, so that you will leave changed. And that's my hope for each person watching the summit, is that God's already been working in your heart. And if you've been praying for something different, then this may be your answer to your prayer.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Akilah, for sharing that information with you, with us rather. And I
Oh,
wanted everybody to know, if you are interested in registering for the summit, I will make it a point to put the link in the comments. So be looking out for that. We would love to have you to participate. Like she said, it is free, so you can participate in all 7 days for free. Is there any limitation on the availability of the videos for the free option? Because I
so
know you said something about the recordings.
yes. So for the daily videos, or for the daily recordings, I'm losing track of, I'm getting things mixed up. But for each day of the summit, you will have 24 access to watch the replay until the next day. So you do. So if you're not able, so let me say this: we are kicking off the summit at 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. And so if you're not available to watch at that time, you do have 24 hours to watch it um until the next day kickoff. So, and there's also a Facebook group too. But that's all. Once you register, save your seat, you'll have the option to join the Facebook group. Which my desire for that is to create a safe place for people to come to really be able to just share their hearts, and be able to fellowship with one another, to laugh, to cry, to pray, and to have fun. So those are my those are my final thoughts. My final thoughts.
Okay, no problem, no problem. So you all be sure to register for the event. Click the link in the comments below so you can get access to these live interviews that she's doing. It's over 15 people in total. So you would be dazed, glazed, and amazed by all of the quality information that you'll be getting. And then all you'll have to do is take action on it. And if you want to be able to go back and rinse and repeat, of course, the recordings, and she said she has some other freebie value adding type of products that you would get access to, so you could constantly rinse and repeat. Because I don't know about you guys, but I know I
Mhm.
love to re-listen to things, because it'll hit you one way one day, and then you go back and you listen to it again,
Yeah.
it'll hit you another way another day. So if you're one of those people like me that likes to rinse and repeat, definitely make the investment in yourself by getting access to the recordings.
Yeah.
And as always, thanks for watching. I will be making sure that for those of you that are watching inside the group, these will be streamed to the group as well, so you'll get all the information. But we appreciate you all checking us out. Make sure that you comment below and let us know if you were watching on the replay or if you were watching live, and we will see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.